Try to step back when you start when you start doing that.
And now it's time. We welcome the 2019 Kentucky State University Thorobreds. Today for Tuskegee, number 3, Matthews. Number 74, Patterson. Number 12, Thomas. Number 13, James. And the captain for KSU, number 85, Livers. Number 92, Wright. Number 28, Abrams. And number 13, Myers.
You put in the audio yet? You put in the audio yet? No, from here. Okay. Okay. So they can hear me, right? Okay. That's fine. I don't care.
Tuskegee has one call for second half. Kentucky State.
We welcome you to Alumni Stadium here in Frankfort, Kentucky. We're on the campus of Kentucky State University. This is SIAC Football, and it's time to do it big. Got a Western Division matchup as the Tuskegee Golden Tigers take on the Kentucky State Thorobreds. I'm Kamari Darrington. James Crenshaw is our producer. We've got our man Seth up here as our cameraman, our one cameraman. So all the pictures you'll see will come from the camera right there. This matchup features Tuskegee at 0-1. They lost last week 38-31 to Alabama State. Meanwhile, Kentucky State coming off of a big win, 13-7 upset win against Robert Morris. Our two head coaches this afternoon, Tuskegee head coach Willie Slater, his 14th season with the Golden Tigers, a record of 115-35. And for Kentucky State, their head coach, Charlie Jackson, it's his second game with Kentucky State, 1-0, and trying to build this program. Kentucky State looking to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2013. They finished 5-5 that season. We'll tell you about the disparity in the history of these two programs in just a moment. Kentucky State will receive the opening kickoff. Tuskegee won the opening toss and deferred. So Hushkit Arns will kick off. And back deep for Kentucky State is going to be number 3, Brett Sylvie, who's also the starting running back for the Thoroughbreds. Great to have you with us on this Saturday here in Frankfort, Kentucky. It's Frankfort Day here, so it's free for everyone who lives here in Frankfort. Tuskegee, 31 SIAC championships. Meanwhile, Kentucky State just the SIAC West Championship back in 2016. We're underway from Frankfort, and Sylvie has it from the 2. He'll come straight up the middle. Tries to go to the outside. He's got room to run across the 35. Cuts it back. Big hit at the 40. He's still going all the way out to the 45-yard line. What a run back by Brett Sylvie as he gets things started for Kentucky State. Well, that 1st and 10 there at the 45-yard line. The quarterback for Kentucky State is Jalen Myers. They'll have Brett Sylvie in the backfield with him. They've got 4 receivers on the chart: Jonathan Powell, Brandon Lawler, Jordan Level, and Isaac Fields. Offensive line from left to right, Joe Castellanos is the left tackle. Left guard is C.J. Square. Greg Austin is in the middle. Elijah Hernandez is the right guard, and the right tackle is Anthony Jeter, the reigning SIAC Offensive Player of the Week. And the first handoff is to Sylvie, and Sylvie is bottled up quickly as no gain on the first play from scrimmage for Kentucky State. And that is the question coming into today. Can Tuskegee handle this triple option offense that was so good last week against Robert Morris? Defense for Tuskegee: Sean McGee, the defensive end, the nose guard, Christopher Faulkner, defensive tackle, Kylie James, and David Henderson is the defensive end. We'll give you the rest of the defensive lineup in just a moment. 2nd down and 10, and this time Myers will pitch it back to the outside. That is Isaac Fields on the carry. So Isaac Fields with his first carry of the game. He takes it across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's good for 7 yards, and they'll bring it 3rd down and 3. At the linebacker spots for Tuskegee, DeVoris Thomas, Cameron Tate, and Ricky Norris. The corners are Darren Anthony and and Ken Hike. Safeties, Rorick Stewart and Carl Matthews. 3rd and 3 from the 48. Got to get to the Tuskegee 45. And this is Isaac Fields again going right side, and a nice tackle by James as Isaac Fields loses a yard. And it'll bring up 4th down. So Tuskegee handles things early on. And looks like Kentucky State will go back to punt. Michael Bobat is the punter, and also he is the place kicker for Kentucky State. So 3 and out for the Thoroughbreds on their first offensive possession. And we'll get ready to see Tuskegee here in just a moment. Back deep for the Golden Tigers, number 10, Daryl Petway. And his Bobat's kick is going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. Tuskegee should get pretty decent field position to start things off. They'll actually start from their own 25-yard line. And we've got 12:49 left to play here in the opening quarter. So just to give you an idea of where these two programs are, of course, Willie Slater, this is game 151. Charlie Jackson, his second game as Kentucky State head coach. Tuskegee's won 31 SIAC championships. Kentucky State seeking its first SIAC championship. And, of course, just the one division championship since divisional play began for Kentucky State. Tuskegee's been to the SIAC championship game 3 times. Last time in 2017 where they beat Fort Valley State in Fort Valley. First possession, Kenny Gant with the first carry of the ball game. It takes it up to about the 29-yard line. That'll be good for about a 4-yard pickup on first down. Starting quarterback is Jamarcus Ezell. He came in for Ahmad Duramus. We could see Ahmad Duramus later on in the game as well. Kenny Gant just had the first carry. Eric Bright is the fullback. Tight end is Alexander Mitchell. The wide receivers, Peyton Ramsey and Stephen Hodges. Offensive line, left tackle, Rosalind Romaine. Left guard, Nathan Harrison. The center is Cameron Smith. Right guard is Jalen West. And the right tackle is Martese Patterson. Gant with another carry. He takes it out to the 33-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. Kentucky State defensive line, Chris Roberts, Justin Hooks, Devontae Wright, and Jeremiah Owens. Artest Banks, Camoris Robinson, and Jalen Dingle are the linebackers. The safeties are Armani Turner-Jenkins and Xavier Johnson, and the corners are Jacob Abrams and Brandon Wade. Those are your starting lineups. 3rd down, got to get to just across the 35 for a first down. And Ezell hands it off to, looks like that's Gant again. And he will have enough for the first down as he gets across the 35-yard line. So Gant 3 straight runs. Artis Banks made the tackle. But the senior from Tampa makes it 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. So the initial first down for Tuskegee. 3 straight runs. So from the 36, 1st and 10 for the Golden Tigers. Ezell at quarterback. And Jamarcus looking to throw. Left side, it's high, and it's caught along the sideline by Hodges, and Hodges could not stay inbound. But he does have a first down at the 47-yard line. That's a 17-yard pickup on first down. So Stephen Hodges was his first reception. Hodges, a junior from Montgomery, Alabama. So from the 37, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Tuskegee. Yan Bright in the backfield along with Ezell. Hodges to the near side, Ramsey up top. 10:30 left to play here in the opening quarter. And the handoff to the fullback, Bright. And Bright coming left side, and he is tackled at the 42. Looked like Brandon Wade was there in on the stop. 5 yards for Bright. It'll bring up 2nd down. So Tuskegee, last season they defeated Kentucky State 37-0. Their 6th win in the last 7 meetings with Kentucky State. Of course, 2 years ago, this game was a 38-28 win for Tuskegee here in Frankfort. So it's a tough place to play. Ezell, left side, Hodges with another catch. Steps inside of the would-be tackle from Xavier Johnson, and he's got another first down at the 34-yard line. So Hodges with a couple of nice catches early on. That one good for 8 yards, and Tuskegee will keep the chains moving. Tuskegee trying to move on their first possession of the ball game, was started after a punt by Kentucky State. If you're just joining us here on Flow Sports, our second week of coverage. Ezell with the quarterback keeper, keeps his feet. It's all the way down near the 25-yard line. They'll mark him at the 26. So Ezell, and we've got some extracurricular activity after the play. It's down to the 26-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. We'll see what the flag is all about. Looks like that's going to be after the play. Our referee today is Don Bell III. He'll be in the white hat. And we'll see our first flag here this afternoon. Offensive line for Tuskegee. What a big mistake right there. So they lost it down now. So 2nd and 17. 9 minutes left in the quarter. Ezell straight back under pressure. Gets it away. Petway wasn't looking. And that pass was out of bounds, incomplete. It is going to bring up 3rd and 17. Got to get to the 24 for a first down. Ezell last week had a touchdown pass against Alabama State. 4th straight game he has found the end zone. And fourth last 5 games he's found the end zone. The junior from Demopolis, Alabama, getting the start this afternoon. Went 3 for 5 for 33 yards and the touchdown last week. 3rd and 17. And we're going to have, looks like a false start. Head linesman with the call. So that'll knock them back. Other than the 2 penalties, this will be the 9th play of the drive for Tuskegee. Settling now at the 41-yard line. $8:49 left here in the quarter. Here's Ezell looking to throw. Goes over the middle, and it's too high. Pass incomplete. That one was intended for Kedrick Green, and it's incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like Tuskegee will punt it away. So Tuskegee went the wrong way after they got it close to the 30-yard line. Back to punt for Tuskegee. Number 37 is Ryan Huff. And Brandon Lawler back deep to receive the kick for Kentucky State. As the Thoroughbreds able to get the stop. All 10 men up on the line for Kentucky State. This kick is short. It will bounce inside the 20, and it'll bounce all the way inside the 10. And Lawler upset with himself as it is punted all the way down to the 5-yard line, a 41-yard punt with no return. So the next offensive possession here for Kentucky State will start from their own 5 with 8:31 to play in the opening quarter. Glad to have you with us here once again as we continue our coverage of SIAC football. Coming up later tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Johnson C. Smith will take on Benedict. That's our other stream for Flow Sports here this evening. Most of the SIAC games are being started later than this game is getting started here today. All right, so we've got a So we got a timeout. 8:31 left to go. The race has begun for the 2019 SIAC Cross Country Championship, which takes place in Rock Hill, South Carolina on October 25th. Fans can follow the SIAC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the SIAC for all access coverage. Charlie Jackson, former assistant with the Atlanta Falcons, and before that he was a captain in the Air Force, stationed in Florida and California. And he says that his motto, his creed to his team is to compete against perfection. Not worry about the big picture, to worry about the small details in front of them. And Kentucky State certainly did that last week in that big win over Robert Morris, as they were able to run the ball for over 240 yards last week in the win against Robert Morris. But right now they're starting from inside their own 3-yard line after the penalty against Kentucky State, their first of the game. Fields in motion, they'll hand off to Sylvie, and Sylvie, tough runner. We saw that on that kickoff return. He takes it out towards the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. We'll call it the 7-yard line. Pick up about 4. Second carry for Sylvie. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Got to get to the 13-yard line for a first down. Myers in the quarterback. Powell split out wide to the right. And Myers, the pitch to Fields. Fields cuts inside, is able to get out to the 14. They'll mark it at the 15. It's going to be a first down. That one good for 8 yards. And the Kentucky State PA announcer very happy about that. That'll be first down at the 15. Kentucky State rushed for 238 yards in the win 284 yards in that win last week. Thoroughbreds got a win over an Division I opponent for the first time in 17 years, 2002. Myers locked up. Big hit by Ricky Norris. And that's a 3-yard loss as Myers got sandwiched on that option attempt. It'll be 3rd down. This Kentucky State team, they will run the triple option offense similar to Navy. Savannah State also runs a similar triple option offense. So just trying to do something unique. You don't see it a lot in the SIAC. And Tuskegee, for the most part, has handled it well. Kentucky State's gotten a couple of big runs on it. But right now it's a 2nd down and about 13. Myers on the pitch. This one to Lawler, and Lawler has nowhere to run. This Tuskegee defense so stingy. Last week they just gave up 81 rushing yards to Alabama State. They'll mark this one back at the 9-yard line. So Lawler, his first carry goes backwards. A loss of 3 again. So 3rd and 16. That'll get it to the 25 for a first down. And we got 5:50 left to play in the first quarter. Two wide receivers split out. Myers rolling out. Powell slipped down. He hits up, makes the catch, and now Powell making some moves. He'll be short of the first down as Ken Hike Jr. made the tackle at the 22-yard line. That one good for 13 yards. First reception of the day for Powell, but it's short of the marker. Apparently it is not a first down. No, it is not a first down. Needed 16. He got 13. It has to be his mother or some member of the family down there. Bowback back to kick. Fetway back standing at his own 30-yard line. You love the family members out there. Bowback's kick is high. And Petway says get away from it. And that'll bounce inside, well, along the 40-yard line. That'll be where it is picked up. So a good punt, 38 yards, and Tuskegee will take over at its own 40. All roads lead to Rock Hill, South Carolina for the 2019 SIAC Volleyball Championship from November 18th through the 20th. Follow the SIAC on social media at the SIAC for full coverage. Tuskegee starting this drive at their own 40. 4:49 left to play. This game is also on the Kentucky State Radio Network, and of course Tuskegee also with its broadcast. So we've got 3 different streams going on at one time. So from time to time you'll see a red hat official on the field. Speaking of volleyball, the SIAC got a $1 billion grant for men's volleyball. That's going to start the 2020-2021 season. So 6 teams will be a part of that. Benedict College, Kentucky State was one of the teams. Kentucky State already has its men's volleyball coach. The women's volleyball coach is Chandra Bori. So good luck to the men's volleyball. No news yet on where the tournament is going to be next year. Good for men's volleyball to come to the SIAC. Tuskegee started this drive at his own 40. High snap, Ezell collects it, throws over the middle, pass is caught by Ramsey. His first of the game. Breaks it outside, across inside the 40, all the way to the 37-yard line. That one good for 23 yards. And Tuskegee's on the move. That's another first down. So Ezell 3 for 5 to start the game for 48 yards. First down at the 37. Johnson and Vincent out here to the near side. Ezell will keep it, going behind Gant, and nice tackle by one of the big linemen up front. Ezell does pick up a yard. Ernest Austin made the stop. Austin is a freshman from Rockford, Illinois. Second down and 9 from the 36. Again, Bright in the backfield. Ramsey up top. Ezell, left side. Almost intercepted twice. It was almost caught as well by Johnson. He was looking for Johnson, and the pass is incomplete. It'll be third down. Well, that sent a jolt through this Kentucky State contingent. Scary moment there as Ezell lobbed it up for Johnson. Johnson, big receiver, 6'1" out of Brewton, Alabama, but that one was almost going the other way. So we've got third down. Ball resting at the 36-yard line of Kentucky State. Getting Bright in the backfield with Ezell. Ezell will take it straight up the middle. And big hit, and the ball is out. And it's recovered by Kentucky State. Brandon Wade on the recovery. And they will take over at the 35-yard line. So Ezell picked up a yard and then got blasted. And they will take over at the own 35. So a big play for the Kentucky State defense. First turnover of the ball game. And it goes the way of Kentucky State with 3:20 left to play here in the opening quarter. So the two defenses off to solid starts. Now Kentucky State offensively, can they take advantage of the big play? Jalen Myers now the first down with Lawler in motion. They hand off to Isaac Fields, and he is leveled by Ricky Norris. My goodness, wearing number 2, and we've got some more extra stuff going on after the play. A loss of a yard for Fields. It'll be second down. Kentucky State trying to prove they belong on this stage. Tuskegee trying to avoid an 0-2 start. Chipping this early on. And it's going to be a flag one way or the other here. This might be, I think it's against Tuskegee because Tuskegee jumped first, but Kentucky State tried to draw that offsides with context. Let's see which way it goes. Chris Bozeman, the guilty party. After the penalty, it's 2nd and 6. Moved again. Not with contact this time. Clock moving with 2:30 to play in the quarter. Fields went in motion. Myers fakes the pitch, now gives it to Lawler. Lawler with room off the left side, and he's got a first down as DeVoris Thomas made the stop. And at the 45, it'll be a first down. He got the 6 yards he needed. So Lawler's out of the red and into the black on his rushing total. So Kentucky State moving the chains again. Down to 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter. So both defenses, a physical battle to start things off here in Frankfort. And West Division showdown, the winner will be even with Miles at 1-0 in conference play coming into today. Sylvie up the middle, and Brett, he's just a tough, hard runner. Sylvie up to the 47-yard line. That one good for 2 yards. Sylvie's the leading returning rusher. Only played three quarters last season. He missed most of last season with an injury. But he's back returning kicks and also running the football. Led the team with 87 rushing yards last week in the big win. 2nd and 8 for Kentucky State. Myers, the pitch. Fields. Absolutely not, says Ricky Norris. This Tuskegee defense is so stingy. Jeter gets tangled up, it's like with one of the other defensive linebacker. All the way back to the 43-yard line, 4-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd down. We got to get it to the Tuskegee 46 for a first down. It's 3rd and 12 right now. Myers off the play fake. Looking deep and going deep. Down the middle for Lawler. It's too far. Incomplete. Myers had him wide open down the middle of the field. And I think if Lawler had kept going, kept running, he might have had a reception right there. In any event, it's going to be a punt with 8 seconds left in the quarter. So Boback will punt. And Liddell Petway standing inside his own 20. He will receive it. Boback's punt. Petway calls for the fair catch. He makes it at the 20, and then he's hit at the end, and that's going to be a flag against the Kentucky State. Unfortunately, number 83 was a little bit too eager on that one. Chris Nelson, the guilty party, the sophomore from West Memphis, Arkansas. 1 second left in the quarter. So it'll be a first down. Looks like it's going to be marked at around the 36-yard line. And that's where Tuskegee will start this possession. Coming up on the end of the first quarter. Ahmad Ramus in now at quarterback for Tuskegee. He's got Torian Taylor in the backfield with him. And Taylor gets the handoff. He's an explosive runner. Races to the outside. He's still going. Inside the 40. Down inside the 30. Taylor down the sideline. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. To end the first quarter, Torian Taylor. A huge run to end the first quarter. He just kept breaking tackles. It's going to be the end of the first quarter. That is a 54-yard run. And they'll switch over to the other side as we end the first quarter. We are scoreless, but Tuskegee will have first and goal at the 10 when we come back to live action. Some news and notes out of the SIAC. Volleyball Players of the Week. Spring Hill's Cassandra Fairley was the Offensive Player of the Week. 323 hitting average against Western Washington, West Florida, and Wheeling, along with FIT. Spring Hill took 3 of the 4 awards. Cassidy Sterrett was the Defensive Player of the Week. 69 digs this past week. Emma Rose Nybert of Spring Hill was the Setter of the Week. 97 assists in the 4 games. Newcomer of the Week, Sasha Bills, libero from Kentucky State. 26 assists, 14 digs, and 3 aces in her debut. Also some news this week. Former Kentucky State men's basketball player Kevin Hayes signed a contract with Club Tel Progreso in Argentina after averaging 17.5 points and 3 rebounds a game last season. He is the 4th player under Kentucky State head coach Jamal Jackson to sign a pro contract. Anthony Jeter was the Offensive Player of the Week from the SIAC. Demetrius Lofton of Morehouse was the Defensive Player of the Week. DeVarian Valson of Tuskegee was the Special Teams Player of the Week after his 99-yard kickoff return touchdown in the loss to Alabama State. And the Newcomer of the Week, Dante Edwards from Miles. You can also pick Darrell Freeman of Miles because of their performance last week, but 2 rushing touchdowns, 111 yards. And that's how it all went down last week. So we're scoreless after a quarter. Tuskegee with 123 total yards in that first quarter. Kentucky State just 28, but the big play was the turnover as Tuskegee. That was a fumble. First play of the second quarter. Ramus fumbles it, and he has a fall. No, he didn't fall back on it. It's picked up by one of the big defensive linemen. It's a 90-yard run. Will he make it? He's all alone. He will score. Touchdown, Kentucky State. Chris Roberts goes coast to coast. 90 yards. My goodness. Chris Roberts, the grad student from right here in Frankfort, making a big play on Frankfort Day. Now the officials are discussing. I think they might say that Doremus was down. Charlie Jackson looking, and he's disgusted right now. Boy, Chris Roberts, after going 90 yards, they might have to go back. This play might be called back. What a play by Chris Roberts. He picked that bad boy up, and he has some wheels for a big man. What a play for the Thoroughbreds, but will it stand? The ball was fumbled by Doremus on the snap, and they're coming over to talk to Charlie Jackson, and I don't know if he's going to – we're going to find out from his reaction if he's going to be happy. I'm not sure. Oh, looks like they're bringing this all the way back. Oh, my goodness. Looked like Doremus was down, and that is not going to make the fans here happy. He fumbled the football, but got back on top of it. Oh, man, it's going to be a bitter disappointment for Kentucky State. So take the 6 off the board. They're unable to. It's back at the 10-yard line for Tuskegee. Well, Chris Roberts, he had a play to remember, but unfortunately it doesn't count.
Kentucky State University would like to thank Baxby, our sponsor.
So actually, Kentucky State will be on offense. So it was a fumble, second turnover for Tuskegee, and it was recovered by Kentucky State at the 10-yard line. So that's what we've got. It's 1st and 10, 14:43 to play in the second quarter. Myers in the back. Myers with Sylvie and Fields in the backfield, and the handoff goes to Sylvie right side. Breaks it to the outside. He's got a blocker in front. It's Fields. All the way out near the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 33. It's going to be 23 yards. Best run of the first half so far for Sylvan. And another first down for Kentucky State. So move the chains again. Nice run by Sylvie. So Chris Roberts, at least he gets to sit down after doing all that work. He didn't have to come back out to play defense. Lawler goes in motion this time, and he gets the pitch. And a good block on the outside by Fields. Got the first down and more. Big hit out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Oh, it was a nice hit, but unfortunately, Lawler picked up 16 yards in the first down. So some momentum here for Kentucky State. The hit was made by Nakobe Maxwell. From Brandon Roberts. So he admired his handiwork, but Kentucky State is a yard away from midfield. Lawler in motion, they hand it off to Sylvie. And he runs into the Tuskegee front wall, but he's still pushing the pile. Look at Brett Sylvie work. They still going. Brett Sylvie. Tough to bring down. He's down at the 41. 9 yards, and that was just showing where the momentum is right now as Sylvie just kept on running. And we've got an injured Tiger as Callie James is down. So let's recap where we are. Ahmad Ramus fumbled the snap. Chris Roberts recovered it. Then called him down, even though he ran 90 yards for what would have been a touchdown. Called it back. A 23-yard run by Sylvie, then a 9-yard run, then a 16-yard run by Lawler. And Sylvie now just went 9 yards on that last play, and it's going to be second down and a yard. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be first down and 10. So 10 yards on the play for Sylvie. He just kept on pushing the pile. And I'll tell you, this Kentucky State team, they are playing with confidence. They've gotten 2 big turnovers, a huge red zone turnover for Tuskegee. That's the way the game ended last week against Alabama State. So first down at the 41-yard line. 13:04 to play, second quarter. And the clock moves. The pitch to Lawler, left side. And he's banged down at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play. You can just tell Kentucky State starting to get its rhythm with this triple option. Craig Copeland was in on the tackle, along with a couple of other guys for Tuskegee. Be 2nd and 8 from the 38. And pick up about 3. Ball in motion. And Myers will keep it, and he's got room to run. He's straight up the middle, inside the 20, cuts it outside, inside the 10, and he's cut down at the 8-yard line. Jalen Myers with a 30-yard pickup. That's going to be 1st and goal. Fourth first down on this drive for Kentucky State. First down at the 8. Tuskegee so far defensively, they've allowed 2 red zone scores on 2 attempts. Sylvie left side and banged down at the 5-yard line. 3 more yards for Sylvie. Marcus Harris on the stop for Tuskegee. Kentucky State converted both of their touchdowns in the red zone, both of their scores from the red zone in that win last week. So Myers doing it with his legs on that last play. He had 65 rushing yards last week. 2nd and goal from the 5. 11 minutes left in the second. Sylvie tries to stretch, and he'll mark him down at the 3-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and goal. You got to think this is a big play right here. The way these two offenses have operated so far, this would be a huge lift for Kentucky State if they can convert this turnover into points. The last one they had to settle for a punt. I wonder if they're going to get a fake on this play and throw a pass off this triple option. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. They hand it off to Sylvie, and he's hitting the backfield. Chris Bozeman atoning for his earlier mistake. Stops Sylvie, and I wonder what Kentucky State is going to do here on 4th down. Are they going to go for it? Or are they going to try to kick? No, they're going to go for the 3 points. Chris Bozeman, nice tackle. See, good penetration. So under 10 minutes left. Boback will try this attempt from 20 yards out. And we've got a whistle and a timeout by Kentucky State. And they will have 2 left. All eyes are on the Eastern Division as the champion will earn the chance to host the 8th annual SIAC Football Championship game on November 16th. Fans visit www.thesiac.com for official conference and championship game gear. Get your tickets today. So Boback in to try. Looks like he's going to try a 20-yard field goal. We'll see if the decision has changed from Charlie Jackson and his staff. And Boback will come back out. At halftime, we'll have both bands perform. We'll watch both bands perform, do their thing here. We are live here in Frankfort. A great crowd on hand. And actually, they're still in timeout. It was only a 30-second timeout. I wonder if Kentucky State called a second timeout, or are they going to go for it here? So they're going to send in the offense. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Well, Kentucky State going to try to get this first down, try to get this touchdown on 4th and goal. Myers, the pitch, the Lawler, left side. Can he get to the corner? He cannot, but a flag is down at the end as Ken Hike Jr. makes the tackle at the 5-yard line. Let's see what the flag is about. So Kentucky State goes for it on 4th down. They come up empty, but let's see what the flag is about. A loss of 2 on the play. Ken Hike Jr., what a great read. This Tuskegee defense coming through again. And penalty is going to be against Tuskegee. I'm sorry, against Kentucky State. They're going to decline it. Well, Kentucky State unable to convert. And Tuskegee will take over from their own 5-yard line. And we've got a timeout. Next weekend, SIAC on Flow Sports will continue its coverage of its season-long coverage of SIAC football. Edward Waters will visit Lane at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Edward Waters will be officially in the SIAC next season. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Central State will take on Clark Atlanta and a Cross Division matchup. That's next Saturday. Coverage will begin at 2 p.m. Eastern Time at Lane, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at Clark Atlanta. Tuskegee 75 rushing yards in that first quarter, 48 passing yards for a total of 123. Kentucky State 15 rushing yards in the first quarter, 13 passing yards for a total of 28. And we are scoreless as we are now 9:11 left before halftime. So instead of taking the 3 points, Coach Jackson elects to go for it. Lawler gets cut down at the 5, and Tuskegee will take over. Raymond's back in at quarterback, and the pitch is to Taylor. Taylor, the 54-yard run. They end the first quarter. This time he's wrestled down inside the 5-yard line. They'll mark it right back at the 5. Second down coming up. The Banks in on the tackle. Oh, Andrew Perkins also was there on the stop. No gain on the play to bring up second down. Taylor in the backfield. Ramus the quarterback. Hand it to the fullback this time. And he'll get across the 5 to maybe the 6-yard line. That one carry for Phillip Brown. Phillip Brown, his first carry of the game. Pickup of a yard will bring up 3rd and 9 for Tuskegee. Martha Stewart on the tackle, along with Austin Ernest. 3rd down and 9 from the 6. Big hit of Taylor in the backfield. They've got him in the end zone. They're going to mark him at the 3-yard line. That's not a safety. Forward progress takes it out to the 3-yard line, and Taylor loses 3 yards on the play. Roberts was the first man there. And a 3 and out for Tuskegee. So Huff, standing a yard inside his own end zone, will punt it. And Lawler will have it at the 36-yard line. Kentucky State should get decent field position, depending on what Lawler does with the football. Standing inside his own 40. Got 7 minutes left in the quarter. And we've got to delay a game against Tuskegee. It's going to move it back a yard. Just makes the snap closer for the long snapper and the punter. That's basically what we've got right here. Skip is a good one. Lawler has it at the 39. He'll reverse his field. tries to go up the middle, and he'll be tackled at about the 37-yard line. Well, actually mark it at the 39, so no yards on the return, and more pushing and shoving here between the two Western Division foes. Kentucky State will have his best field position with 6:48 to play here before halftime. Crimson Piper Marching Band and the Mighty Marching Thoroughbreds will be out there. So they'll give him 2 yards on that return for Lawler. So he stopped at the 37-yard line. Got a time of 6:48 to play here in the first half. And Kentucky State, great field position to start this drive. Fields goes in motion. The handoff goes to Sylvie, coming right side and hit behind the defense. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, I should say. David Henderson made the stop. So loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. If you're Kentucky State, you would love to take advantage of this situation right here. Put yourself in position to get it back. 6:13 remaining in the first half. Powell split to the left side. They fake the pitch. Here's Lawler. 3 Tuskegee shirts are there. Morris Thomas and DeMarcus Harris tackle him back at the original line of scrimmage at the 37. It's going to bring up 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd down. We are scoreless here in Frankfort, Kentucky. Frankfort Day. So actually give 2 yards to Lawler on that last play. Mark it at 36. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Got to get to the 27 of Tuskegee for a 1st down. Powell split out to the right, and we've got another timeout, I believe. This one will be by Kentucky State. Other games due to kickoff later today. Lane will take on Texas College. Clark Atlanta will take on Allen. Virginia Lynchburg will visit Savannah State. Central State is at Southwest Baptist. Morehouse takes on Miles in a game that could be a preview of the SIAC championship game later on. Fort Valley State visits Florida A&M. Johnson C. Smith against Benedict. That game will be on Flow Sports later on this evening. And Albany State will try their luck against Mississippi College later on this evening. Those are the games scheduled for today in the SIAC. It is Coach Slater's birthday today.
And KSU would also like to thank our sponsor, Zaxby's, for today's game.
It's 3rd and 9 for the 36. Myers off the play fake. Looking left side, looking for Powell. Incomplete, here comes the flag. There's a second flag that flies in. And looks like Kentucky State's going to get 15 yards. It's going to be against Tuskegee. That's Copeland, the redshirt sophomore from Weaver, Alabama. So that'll take it down.
And it gives us another Thoroughbreds first down.
The 21-yard line. 5:15 to play in the first half. We are scoreless here. Kentucky State and Tuskegee. Thoroughbreds looking for the first points of the game. Myers, play fake again. Left side, wide open. Touchdown. They won't take this one off the board. Isaac Fields from 21 yards out. And Kentucky State is first on the scoreboard. That's about as easy as you can make it. So Kentucky State Bobak's extra point is up and good. So Kentucky State, with 5:08 to play in the first half, they go 5 plays. They go 37 yards in 5 plays in 1 minute and 40 seconds, and the 21-yard touchdown reception for Isaac Fields. So Fields, his first catch of the game, goes for 6. Myers now 2 for 5 on the day, 2 for 4 on the day for 34 yards. So the Thoroughbreds finally taking advantage of some Tuskegee mistakes, the short punt out of the end zone. And now Tuskegee behind. They led the entire way last week. I was trying to quickly look up the last time Tuskegee started 0-2. And on their website, they've got it going back to 2011. I couldn't see. They didn't start 0-2 at that time. It's been a long time since Tuskegee has started 0-2. And for Kentucky State, last 2-0 start was in 2013, but it is a long ways yet to go. Well, Kentucky State finally getting on the board. Kicking off for the Thoroughbreds will be Mahirya Cow. Back deep for the Golden Tigers, Daryl Petway and the Barons Valson. Cow's kick. Well, dropping in the arms of Valson at the 6. He had a 99-yard return against Alabama State. Breaks it to the outside. Can he get to the corner? A flag is down, and Valson is down at the 24. But let's see what the flag is about first before we mark Tuskegee's next possession start. It's going to be a hold against Tuskegee. Lee Saunders was in on the tackle along with Jacob Abrams. So Tuskegee, another penalty. That's their 6th penalty now for 51 yards. 10 yards for holding. Then they'll start this drive at their own 9-yard line. 4:58 to play before halftime. Well, halftime band performances you can also check out on FloMarching.com, as well as right here on this Flow Sports stream at FloFootball.com. Doremus looking to throw. And the pressure in the end zone. He is sacked. That's going to be a safety for Kentucky State. Pass is going to be ruled incomplete. But that's got to be grounding, and it's grounding in the end zone. That's 2 points for Kentucky State. And they was down in the end zone. Second down. Wow. I thought Doremus was down in the end zone. Instead, Doremus gets away with one. We're looking at the replay right now. Well, apparently they thought that somebody was in the area where he threw the pass, but, well, Tuskegee gets a break right there. It'll be second down from the 9-yard line. Handoff coming left side. Nice run out to the 16-yard line. Avante Patterson with his first carry of the game. After the 17, it'll be third and a couple. 8 yards for Patterson, his first carry of the game. Patterson is a sophomore from Atlanta. 3rd and 2. Coming up on 4 minutes to play before halftime. Handoff straight up the middle for Bright. First down and more. Hurdles a man to the 25-yard line, I should say. Good for 8 yards and another first down and some more intense moments of fellowship there between the two squads.
First down, Tuskegee.
So first down from the 25.
Foul on the 25-yard line.
Patterson again. This time he's hitting the backfield. Big number 92. Devontae Wright made the stop. Loss of a yard. Bring up second down. And 11. Second and 11. Clock running at 3 minutes to play here before halftime. Doremus to throw. Hit from behind. Incomplete. The ball almost landed into the hands of Eric Bright Jr. Doremus was looking deep down the far sideline. I believe it was going to be a pass attempted for Peyton Ramsey. But Wright with the hit. It'd be third down. Kentucky State getting some pressure on Ahmad Doremus. Doremus, the 2018 offensive MVP in the SIAC with his 17 touchdown passes a season ago. 3rd and 11. Doremus now from the shotgun. Looking to throw. Doremus, right side. It is incomplete. Valson almost made the catch. And that will be 4th down. Morris Robinson on the coverage. So it's going to be another punt for Tuskegee. So in this first half, a punt, 2 fumbles, and back-to-back punts. Brendan Lawler standing inside his own 45. Clock moves at clock stopped at 2:42 to play before halftime. Huff gets it away. Lawler catches at the 44, steps up, tries to get to the outside. He's hit in Tuskegee territory at the 48-yard line. So a turn of about 9 yards. Kentucky State will start this drive at the 48. 2:32 left before halftime. Well, in this first half, Kentucky State, they forced 2 turnovers and a couple of 3-and-outs for Tuskegee. Longest drive for Tuskegee was a 29-yard drive, which ended in a punt. Myers. Option pitch to Sylvie. Coming left side. Hit at the 41. Tries to stretch it across the 40. And again, more extracurriculars between Powell and Hike. Norris with another tackle. 7 yards for Sylvie. It'll bring up second down. 2nd and 3 for Kentucky State. Fields goes in motion. They'll hand it to Selvey, coming right side this time. Inside the 35. Powell out there to block. He's tripped up at the 25. He does have a first down, but right now this triple option offense is really moving the pile. Another first down for the Thoroughbreds. Tuskegee in danger of giving up another touchdown here. 1:30 left before halftime. Myers fakes. And now the pitch to Lawler. Flags are down. Norris with another tackle, and then a little finger wag to the Kentucky State bench. I'm sorry, that's DeVoris Thomas on the tackle. He did get back to the original line of scrimmage. Let's see what the flag is. Officials still discussing. Don Bell III is our referee today. All right, no foul on the play. It's going to be second down. Much better quarter running the ball for Kentucky State than the first quarter. They just had 15 yards. Got 108 yards rushing here in this second quarter. Second down from the 20. Second down and 10 from the 25. Lawler in motion, and he'll get the pitch left side. James is out there along with DeVoris Thomas, and it'll be a yard for Lawler. It's going to bring up a big third down. And DeVoris Thomas still John with the Kentucky State bench. 1:16 left. It's third down and about 8. Well, third down and 9, I should say. Davon Ford, one of the tight ends, comes in now. He'll split to the near side. Fields in motion, and we've got a flag. It's going to be a delayed game against Kentucky State. Third penalty called against Kentucky State. So makes the third down even longer. So 3rd and 14 now. We got to get it to the 15-yard line. Kentucky State trying to bring in Ladarian McAllister. He was the one that was split to the left on that last formation. Now Powell split to the left on third down. Myers play fake. Right side, looking for Lawler again. Incomplete, just over his head again. That's about the second time we've seen Lawler inches away from a reception. It's going to be 4th down at the 29. I'm sorry, it's 3rd down and 14. I'm sorry about that, 3rd and 14. 1:07 left before halftime, and we are going to have a timeout by Kentucky State. So coming up at halftime, we're going to have the two bands perform, and you can watch that right here on FloFootball.com, or you can also watch it on FloMarching.com. At Alumni Stadium, Frankfurt Day here. And Frankfurt off to the distance on the right side. Once they move the camera back towards that side, the 1886 Stable Club over there, Kentucky State University. There you see it right over there in that big tent rack there. Actually, it got dropped off in that parking lot over there behind the Stable Club. Kentucky State, before last week's win over Robert Morris, they had lost 16 of the previous 17 games. trying to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2013. And trying to put themselves in position to get off to a good start towards a West Championship for the first time since 2016. It's the only time Kentucky State has been in the SIAC championship game. So we got 4th and 14. Kentucky State is going for it. And Myers, deep drop, now comes to his left. He's got room to run. He's going to try for it. He's banged out of bounds at the 20. And Myers did not get the first down. He's down to the 20. Good for 9 yards, but a turnover on downs. And it's going to be first down for Tuskegee. I wonder if they're just going to take this in the halftime. 59 seconds left. So still time for Tuskegee. The ball will be at the 20-yard line. It was about a step from the sideline when the ball it got hit. I think the flag was for the hit after that, the hit afterwards on them. But in any event, 1st and 10 for Tuskegee. Here's DeRamus trying to go left side. That pass incomplete. DeRamus now 0 for 4. That pass intended, I believe, for, can't see the number, I think for Petway. 2nd and 10, 55 seconds left. So both teams unable to finish drives. Kentucky State with 2 turnovers on downs, 3 punts, but they had the only touchdown of the game. The 21-yard pass from Myers to Isaac Fields. 3 on the play clock. DeRamus gets the snap. And Ahmad surveys. Now he's under pressure, going back into his own end zone. He gets it away, and Patterson drops it. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Jeremiah Owens with the pressure, along with Ernest Austin. Kentucky State up 7-0. That play took 11 seconds off the clock, 44.4 remaining in the first half. Ezell in the game now. He's looking to throw. Boy, the Tuskegee receiver's well covered. Ezell, can he get to the first down marker? Yes, he can. And he'll get out of bounds at the 37. So 17 yards on the run as Ezell called his own number. So the 16 yards on the play, I should say. But a big first down for Ezell. Clock stopped at 34.5 remaining. I think Tuskegee is going to go trying to go big on one of these plays, but the Kentucky State defense has done a pretty good job. Ezell looking to throw again. Left side, pass is caught. That's Charney and Johnson to the 48-yard line. That one is good for 12. That's another first down for Tuskegee. Ezell now 4 for 7. Timeout for Tuskegee. First catch of the game for Johnson. Johnson did not have a catch last week in the loss to Alabama State. Willie Slater, 115 wins. Second most among active coaches in the state of Alabama. I think you know who's number 1. But just in case you don't know, you don't watch football, you don't watch the SEC, it's Nick Saban in Alabama. Charlie Jackson looking for win number 2. Former assistant coach, the Atlanta Falcons. He was also a former member of the College Football Rules Enforcement Committee. Said he didn't handle anything on the field. It was mostly college football operations that he handled. So now at the 48, first down after Azel's completion. And now he'll look deep again. Left side, incomplete. Azel now 4 for 8. Tuskegee coaches want to hold. Antoine Lloyd was on the coverage. Kedrick Green was the intended receiver. Second down at the 48. 21 seconds left, 21.7 on the clock. Doremus. Upside, that's Azel. Going deep, left side. It is incomplete. He was looking up the sideline. I believe that was Patterson that he was looking for. And Banks on the coverage. And it's going to be third down. Third and 10. 15 seconds left. Azel looking to throw. Steps up. He's got room to run. He's going to take it. Inside the 45 to the 40-yard line. Another first down. They're going to get on the football. A 12-yard pickup. And I believe Tuskegee called timeout. So Azel using his legs here to at least give Tuskegee an opportunity at a Hail Mary. Now with 5 seconds left. Tuskegee has one left. Perhaps they can, I think they're going to try for a Hail Mary here and try to put points on the board. Again, coming up at halftime, we will have our the bands performing. We'll update you on Division I, the top 25 in Division I. We'll update you on those scores as well. First half coming to a close here. Next week, I'm headed to Clark, Atlanta, Central State. Taking the Clark, Atlanta, Edward Waters at Lane. The other game we'll have on Flow Sports. And coming up at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, Johnson C. Smith will take on Benedict. CIAA versus SIAC in that matchup. Could very well be the final play of the first half, barring penalty. Azel. And he is taken down and sacked. Jimmy Edmonds made the sack. Back to the 46-yard line. I don't know if Tuskegee called their last time out. There's 1.4 remaining. A loss of 6 on the play. So a sack for Edmonds. First sack of the season for Kentucky State. And it'll be 1.5 on the clock. So Tuskegee, their first half possessions, a punt, a fumble, another fumble, and 2 punts. And looking to end the half. Kentucky State 3 straight punts, but then they've got the turnover on downs. Went for it on 4th down, couldn't get it. And then another turnover on downs on their last possession, but they do have the 21-yard pass from Myers to Isaac Fields for the game's only touchdown so far. This should be the final play of the first half, barring penalty. Tuskegee has no more timeouts remaining. Ezell back in at quarterback. He's got Green to the near side. He's got 3 receivers up at the top. Here we go. Ezell steps up, going deep. It's going to get into the end zone. It's knocked down by Kentucky State. Exactly what you want to do on that play, and that will end the first half. Ezell goes 4 for 10 for 60 yards in the first half. Taylor, 51 yards on 3 carries, but they had the big 54-yard run as part of that. Meanwhile, Kentucky State, Jalen Myers 2 for 5 with 34 yards. And Brett Sylvie, 11 carries for 65 yards in the first half. At the end of the first half, Kentucky State with a 7-0 lead on Tuskegee. Coming up now, we will have the halftime show. We will start with the Tuskegee Crimson Piper Marching Band. Thank you for joining us so far for this first half. You can also watch this halftime show on FloMarching.com. We are at halftime.
There is no doubt that we are Tuskegee University. On behalf of Dr. Lily McNair, 7th and first female president of the Tuskegee University, the entire student body of alumni friends, we bring greetings from the historic city of Tuskegee. Now prepare yourself for America's oldest marching band among historic black colleges and universities. And ladies and gentlemen, please give your warmest welcome to the Tuskegee Marching Crimson Tigers. the snare side, CIA.
leaving the field. Coming up now, Kentucky State's mighty marching Thoroughbreds will hit the field. You're watching this on FloMarching.com and on FloFootball.
Thank you. It's time for the main event. Welcome to halftime. Here at Alumni Stadium, we can fight Kentucky State University. Get ready for 5 minutes. Now, this is the music about this. Time to take a reprieve from the stampede.
SIAC schools rank amongst the top HBCUs and rank the U.S. News Best News report. SIAC prides itself on being a league whose institutions develop strong minds geared for success through self-actualization, winning tradition in the future since 1913. This is the SIAC, and we play hard. Are you interested in officiating? Join the Division II Conference Commissioners Association and Division II Athletic Directors Association to help reverse the decline in amateur officials across the United States. Give back to and stay part of the game and stay in shape while earning some extra money. For more information, go to sayyes2officiating.com. That's sayyes2officiating.com. Give back to the sport you love and enjoy. The SIAC has led Division II in home football attendance for 16 straight years and 27 of the last 29. And it was Georgia on top of Arkansas State 55-0. Number 6 Ohio State on top of Indiana 51-10. Penn State, number 13, beat Pittsburgh 17-10. And number 21 Maryland lost to Temple 20-17. Those were some finals earlier today in Division I. The kickoff for the second half. Vincent from his goal line. Takes it straight up the middle. Can he make a man miss? All the way across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And they'll mark it at the 24. Looks like. No, 23. So Tuskegee will start there. 14:51 left to play here in the third quarter. I'm Kamari Darrington along with James Crenshaw, our producer. Got Seth here as our camera person, and he's done a great job here this afternoon, going into the evening here in Frankfort, Kentucky. We're at Alumni Stadium. An SIAC West matchup. Kentucky State with a 7-0 lead on Tuskegee. A 21-yard touchdown pass from Jalen Myers to Isaac Fields is the only touchdown so far. We are set, and the throw from Ezell is complete to Ladero Petway. His first catch of the game. And he's a quick gain out to the 27-yard line. That one's good. 2 yards. Ezell 4 for 10 for 60 yards in that first. 4 yards on that last play. First possession of the second half. All the hard work by James Crenshaw will really have the score and the time there. Ezell looking to throw, left side, high pass. Petway can't make the catch that time. And his pass is incomplete. It's going to bring up third down. 3rd and 6 coming up. So the Golden Tigers trying to avoid an 0-2 start. Kentucky State trying to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2013. We got 3rd and 7, 14:01 remaining in the third quarter. Ezell to throw again. Coming left side again. Petway makes the catch. And he breaks away at the 36-yard line. They'll mark it at the 35. It will be enough for a first down, as that one goes for 8 yards. So 3 straight passes. And Petway, the intended receiver on all 3. So a 10th first down for the Golden Tigers. Ganton Bright in the backfield along with Ezell, who started today's game. We've also seen Ahmad Doremus under center. Ezell, ball's tipped and incomplete. Well, that could have been Chris Roberts right there in the middle. Get his hand on it. I'm sorry, that actually went off the Tuskegee helmet. Also, number 95, Ernest Austin, was there in the mix. 2nd and 10. And we're at the 35-yard line. So Kentucky State up 7-0 here on Tuskegee as we start the second half. Ezell with a late pitch to Gant. Gant tries the right side. He's hit. Out at the 25. We've got a flag. at the end of the play. Sorry, the 35, and there was no gain on the play. Fourth carry for Gant. Tuskegee goes with a hot hand out of the backfield. We've seen Taylor, we've seen Gant. Jamarcus Ezell has made some runs. So a 15-yard penalty on Kentucky State with a late hit, out of bounds. Fourth penalty against Kentucky State for 37 yards. 6 for 49 yards for Tuskegee. So the ball's at midfield after the penalty. Give Tuskegee another first down. On first down, the handoff goes to Gant, and Gant tries the middle. He is met at the 48-yard line. Tyler Wilder made the stop, along with Chris Roberts. 3 yards on the gain for Gant. Bring up second down. Tuskegee into Kentucky State territory. Three wideouts for Tuskegee. Ezell over the middle. Wide open is Petway. Petway breaks it to the outside. Has a blocker in front. Down the sideline. He is tackled at the 17-yard line. A 30-yard, actually they'll mark it at the 16. That is a 31-yard pickup. And Petway with his third reception on the drive. Third first down on the drive for Tuskegee, and now they're in the red zone. It's the third time that Tuskegee has been in the red zone. They fumbled on the first possession. And then the second possession, they actually, just the second time in there. Ezell over the middle. It's tipped again. Roberts almost had an interception. Big number 99. He's had a very eventful day. He's been in the backfield. Thought he had a 90-yard fumble return touchdown early in the first half. We got a 2nd and 10. The Golden Tigers and the Thoroughbreds in a SIAC West battle right now. Tuskegee looking to tie the score here. Ezell straight up the middle. And he's hit down at the 12-yard line. 4 more yards for Ezell. He has done it with his legs today. It's now his 8th carry for 38 yards. So third down coming up. They got to get to the 7-yard line for a first down. Four minutes gone by in the second half. On third down, Ezell looking to throw. Right side, pass is caught. That's Johnson. Johnson inside the 5, hogtied. Now at the 3-yard line. They will mark it at the 3. That's going to be a first and goal for Tuskegee. 9-yard on the play. And Ezell is now 8 for 17. Second catch for Johnson. Tuskegee fumbled it last time they had a golden goal situation. That was early in the first half. Gant up the middle. He got to the goal line. Did he get in? They mark him short of the goal line at the 1-yard line. I thought Gant was clearly in. Martha Stewart on the tackle. Well, they stopped him. Nicely done. So it's at the 1. It's 2nd and goal from the 1. Johnson split out to the right. Ezell quarterback sneak. He's in. I think he got in there that time. Touchdown, Tuskegee. 12-play drive ends in a touchdown for Ezell. 5th time in 6 games he's found the end zone. He's the hot hand now for the Tuskegee offense. And Ezell's 1-yard touchdown score has us an extra point away from a tie ball game. Tuskegee Arns to attempt the extra point. This to tie it up. Dramus holds. And we've got a flag on the play. That might have been a false start against Tuskegee. Some on the left side move. They go 12 plays and 77 yards. 5 minutes and 17 seconds. So a long sustained drive, and along with the halftime break. So now a 25-yard extra point attempt. Arn's kick is high, up, and good. So we are tied at 7 with 9:34 left to play in the third quarter. I'm going to quickly go through the scores here. Division I. Number 2, Alabama with a 24-13 lead on South Carolina. That is with 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Number 17, UCF, a 38-7 lead on Stanford with 12 minutes left in the third quarter. Number 24, USC, tied at 17 with BYU with 5:25 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame rolling, number 7 ranked team in the country, 66, New Mexico 7. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. At halftime, number 18, Michigan State, 3-0 losers right now to Arizona State. Iowa State taking on number 19, Iowa. That game is delayed right now. Iowa State with a 7-3 lead. Number 11, Utah of 24-0 on Idaho State. Earlier today, number 3, Georgia, 55-0 winners over Arkansas State. Number 6, Ohio State with a 51-10 win over Indiana. Number 13, Penn State with a 17-10 win over Pittsburgh. And Temple with an upset on number 21, Maryland, 20-17. Getting started at 7 o'clock. Number 8, Auburn taking on Kent State. Number 9, Florida taking on Kentucky. And number 16, Texas A&M against Lamar. And the 7:30 kick times, number 1, Clemson at Syracuse. Number 4, Louisiana State taking on Northwestern State. Number 23, Washington against Hawaii. And number 25, Virginia against Florida State. Games in the SIAC getting ready to kick off as well at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. So we are tied up at 7, 9:34 to play after the 12-play drive. Sylvie from his 1. Brett Sylvie spun around, and he's still going. He got hit by his own teammate at the 25-yard line. And that's where Kentucky State will start the possession. Take one more look. I know number 34 is what he got in his partner's way. Eldridge Dockery III was the man that with the friendly fire against Sylvie. 9:23 left to play here in the third quarter. Almost had a. Let's take one more look. It was close to a face mask. I think he got the jersey. And actually, they called it a face mask all the way out to the 40-yard line. So there it is right there. Xavier Freelau with the face mask. Now Sylvie gets the carry, and he's still going near the 45-yard line. And a pickup of 4 on the play. Brett Sylvia now 13 carries for 72 yards after 11 for 68 in the first half. Nine minutes left in the third quarter. We've had a touchdown in the second quarter, a touchdown in the third quarter. And these two Western Division rivals playing in another tight game here in Frankfort. Last year, Tuskegee won 37-0. I don't see that being the final score here this afternoon. Looks like this is going to be one that's down to the wire again. Myers off the pitch. Fields able to collect it, but he's going to lose the yardage as he could not handle the pitch from Myers. That pitch was a little bit out in front of him, but he could not handle it. Down to the 42-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. Got to look the ball in before you run up the field. Good fake by Myers. Myers was being pursued by Thomas, and that one was above the head of Fields, and Fields could not react to it in time. That was up towards his helmet. Thomas and Maxwell made the stop for Tuskegee. 3rd and 9 for the Thoroughbreds. 4 wideouts, and we got to delay a game. So Kentucky State will go back 5 yards.
Also, at the police post outside of the stadium, to set up Honda keys with some New Orleans Saints keychains. Thank you.
So back to the 36-yard line. It is going to be 3rd down and 13. 3rd down and 14. Got to get to midfield for a first down. Myers steps up. Gonna run for it. Cuts outside. He's got the first down. Myers tackled by Maxwell at the Tuskegee 49. That is going to be good enough for a first down. Tuskegee coaches again wanting a flag for holding, but not getting it. And a big 3rd down conversion. First 3rd down conversion of the game for Kentucky State. And a first down. Midway point of the third quarter. On the Tuskegee 49-yard line. Myers, the handoff to Sylvie, running right and stopping his momentum. And he's down, picks up a yard at the 48-yard line. His first man there was Coles. Also, Maxwell was there. So a yard for Sylvie. 14 carries now for 73 yards. Had 20 for 87 last week. Game tied at 7. Handoff, left side, no running room there. Kobe Bush, the running back on that one. Bush his first carry, that goes for no gain. It'll be a 3rd and long for Kentucky State. It's not a down and distance that Kentucky State likes to be in. That triple option offense. They like to stay as far ahead of the chains as possible. They like to, every time they have a set of downs, they like to get around 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 in this type of offense. But Myers does have the ability to throw the football. We've seen that already here this afternoon. 3rd down, Myers on the roll. Will he run for it again? He doesn't. He throws at the last second. It's knocked away, incomplete. They'll bring up 4th down. And looks like Boback's going back to punt for the 4th time this afternoon. Ladero Petway back at his own 10-yard line. Myers' throw, and looked like it was Norris again. Bobak dropped the snap. He's going to try to kick it, and he's tackled. The ball is loose. It's still on the ground, and Tuskegee picks it up at the 43-yard line. Bobak was not ready for it, and he fumbles it, and it's a turnover for Kentucky State. It was fourth down anyway. They just dropped the snap, and so a turnover for Kentucky State, and it was recovered by Tuskegee at the 43-yard line. Looked like he was down also. There was a lot of stuff going on that one play. 5:24 left in the third quarter, so Tuskegee gets its first takeaway of the game. All right, and then, it looked like he had the ball in his hand. That was actually a break for Kentucky State because Tuskegee lost about 7 yards of field position on that one. It was recovered. Well, I'll tell you after this play, as it's Phillip Brown with the carry. It's tackled at the 45-yard line. DeMarcus Harris recovered the fumble. Phillip Brown with the carry takes it out to the 45-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play. And to bring up second down, we've got 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. So Tuskegee with the momentum now. And Kentucky State defense having to play with a short field. Up the middle, nothing doing that time. Again, Kentucky State's defense, very experienced up front. That one they Gant to the 47. Big down here. Justin Hooks on the tackle for Kentucky State. They've got to get to the KSU 48 for a first down, does Tuskegee on this 3rd down and 5. Ezell under pressure, he's hit, the ball is out. Roberts is going to pick it up again. They're going to call it incomplete. Roberts is going to run it into the end zone. He thinks he's got his second fumble recovery touchdown, and he is upset. Jimmy Edmonds with another sack, and they called it incomplete again. So it's an incomplete pass, so that will stop the clock. And again, the Kentucky State faithful unhappy with the call. They'll take it back to the 47. One more look. Was his arm going forward? I think he was. No, his arm was not going forward. That was a fumble, and Chris Roberts recovered it. And for the second time today, Chris Roberts has a fumble recovery touchdown taken away from him. The first one was 90 yards. That one would have been about 35 yards. Huff's punt is off the side of his foot. And Law will let it roll, and he gets a nice roll all the way down to the 9-yard line. So that's a 44-yard punt with no return. Keep up with the latest news and updates regarding SIAC athletics by visiting the official website of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference at www.thesiac.com. So Kentucky State will start this next drive just inside its own 10-yard line with 4:08 remaining here in the third quarter. And a game that has been very physical, chippy at times. Kind of what Kentucky State this is Pace's favorite Kentucky State. Tuskegee really wanted this game to be a track meet up and down the field. Kentucky State has really controlled the way the game has gone, tempo-wise. And Tuskegee has not been able to get the big plays down the field that they're accustomed to. And Kentucky State holding on in a dogfight with Tuskegee, but now it's got its first field position here this afternoon, just inside their own 10-yard line. Still waiting on the media official to leave the field. Kentucky State fans upset at their own guy here. He's just doing his job. I know that feeling, believe me. First down at the 9-yard line. And Myers keeps it, goes straight up the middle. Actually could have kept coming outside. To the 26-yard line, though, was first down. Myers had saw he had a lot of room. If he had stayed on that line he was going on, he would have had a huge gainer. Well, actually, that defensive back was right there. Maxwell was right there. So, I'm sorry, Roberts was right there. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm standing up here and he's standing down there on the field. I didn't run the ball in high school. I blocked for the people that ran the ball in high school. First down to the 26. Powell and Devon Ford split out here to the right side. Fields goes in motion and gets the pitch. And he's got room up the right side. Up to the 35. He's still going. Flags are down. Fields inside the 40 and tackled at the 38-yard line. But we've got a flag down inside the 30-yard line of Kentucky State. And this might be coming back. And looks like it is. Oh, no. So Fields with another carry, but he's not going to get the credit that he deserved for it. So 10 yards on the hold. Let's see. Right up there. And it looks like Anthony Jeter. Well, that was actually a pretty good block. I'm still looking. I don't know. It was behind us. The flag was behind the play, so we'll have to see. Unfortunately, this is the only angle we have for you this afternoon. So all the way back to the 18-yard line. So in theory, Fields does pick up 2 yards, but then the 10-yard penalty takes it back to the 18. Myers pitched to Fields, and Fields trying to make men miss again. Nice tackle at the 21-yard line. It'll be second down and long. Brian Hill made the stop for Tuskegee. 2nd and 14 now for the Thoroughbreds as we come up on 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Fields in motion again. Myers keeps this time, trying to make DeVoris Thomas miss, and that's going to be a futile attempt by Myers. Back to the 18-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play. And DeVoris Thomas is having a big day in the tackle department. He had 6 at the end of the first half. So now 3rd and long, and Myers, who's only thrown 6 passes today, might have to put up number 7 on them. Try to get this first down. Fields in motion, and he gets the pitch, coming right side, cuts it back across the 25 to the 26. It'll be 4th down. It's Jeter, and Norris gets tangled up here on the near side. 8 yards for Fields. It's going to be 4th down. So Boback back to punt. Long snapper Luis Aguiar and Boback were working on that punt after that drop by Boback a few moments ago. They get it that time. Boback's punt is a good one. It drives Petway back inside his own 35. Made a first man miss, but the second and third do not, as he's tackled at the 27-yard line, and that's where Tuskegee will begin this next possession. Clock down to 14 seconds to play in the third quarter.
With the owner of the red Toyota, Indiana license plate APS 925. Please come move your car. Your block speed. You will be towed. Again,
14 seconds left.
Indiana license plate APS 925. Blocking cars. You will be towed.
There's the handoff out to Taylor, and Taylor has room up the sideline. First down and more out across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And we've got an injured Tiger. That is Alexander Mitchell. He'll come off to the sideline. Taylor's had two of the biggest runs of the game today. That one good for 17. He had a 54-yarder earlier. That is the end of the third quarter. Wow, a struggle here in the SIAC West. Kentucky State and Tuskegee tied at 7 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The SIAC is the first NCAA league to have a league-wide apparel deal with Nike. Fans can get official Nike gear at www.thesiac.com. Tuskegee fans can get their official school gear from www.goldentigersports.com. Kentucky State fans can get their school's gear from www.ksuthoroughbreds.com. So the only touchdown of the third quarter was a 1-yard score by Zell. That made it 7-7. So start of the fourth quarter. Ball's at the 45-yard line. And the Golden Tigers, as we're trying to get a break of the tie here. These two teams are battling here in the West Division. Next Saturday, Johnson C. Smith will take on Johnson C. Smith will take on Benton tonight. Central State will be on the road to take on Clark Atlanta. We'll be back at CAU Panther Stadium. Also, the newcomers to the SIAC starting next year, Edward Waters. They take on Lane at 2 o'clock next Saturday. Central State Clark Atlanta game right now scheduled to kick off at 6 p.m. next Saturday. So after a 17-yard run by Torian Taylor, it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball spotted at the 45-yard line. So Morehouse and Miles they've kicked off a lot of the games of the SIAC. We'll check in on their score as this fourth quarter comes along. Kentucky State, a team that did not win a single game last season. In fact, had lost 12 in a row, but got the win last week against Robert Morris. And they have not been intimidated by this Tuskegee team with all of the history and tradition that Tuskegee has. Tuskegee, a team that is used to doing well against Kentucky State. They've won 6 of the last 7 meetings, but they always find it hard to win here in Frankfort. Well, that's the same case here in 2019. Can Tuskegee pull off the escape, or can Kentucky State pull off the upset? First down at the 45 as we start the fourth quarter. That pass is high, and that will go out of bounds. That pass is incomplete. It'll be second down. Both sides have been upset with certain calls during the game. We've got an injured Thoroughbred. That is Jalen Dingle, one of the starting linebackers for Kentucky State. This is a Kentucky State team that is made up of a lot of freshmen and some transfers. In fact, of the 23 players that were on the first depth chart of the season, only 8 had played a snap at Kentucky State. That was before the first game against Robert Morris. They have 23 transfers. They started 10 true freshmen last week. In fact, just 24 players coming into the season had played a snap at Kentucky State coming into the season. Charlie Jackson has had to completely recruit an entire football team, and not with a whole lot of time to get this team ready to play. And they got a big win at Robert Morris last week, and here they're going up against a team that's won 31 conference titles. And they are 7-7 and playing very, very strongly. Let's see what happens here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter underway. Ezell looking to throw again. Left side man open. Petway's got it. But he slipped down. There's a flag on the play at the end here. I wonder if that is going to be a legal man downfield. That's a weird time to throw weird time to see the flag come in. Petway had about an 8-yard gain on the play. Was Petway, perhaps Petway was in the backfield. They're going back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going back. Right now they're standing at the 40. Willie Slater, I'm sure, wants an explanation of what's going on. Willie Slater, one of the most laid-back guys you'll meet. He's been this is his 41st year in coaching. Oh, a big penalty, a 15-yard penalty. It's going to go all the way back to the 30-yard line. Ninth penalty against Tuskegee. That's been the problem the last few seasons. Even when Tuskegee was winning games, they would really rack up the penalty yards. Obviously, it did not affect a lot of their wins, but last year it certainly did. And now they've got a 2nd and 25 after the personal foul. 15 seconds into the fourth quarter, 14:45 left to play. No, we don't see the score and the down and distance right now. But it's 2nd and 25 with 14:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ezell looking to throw again. Right side, Johnson knocked away, incomplete. And a nice play by Samuel Brown as he knocked it away at the last second. It's 3rd down. Referee and the center judge talking again. 8 officials on the field. So 3rd down. Got to get the ball to the Kentucky. I got to get the ball of their own to the Kentucky State 45-yard line. Ezell, screen pass, Taylor. Taylor with blockers in front. But he'll be hit and taken down by Banks at the 38-yard line. So a play that's good for 8 yards, but well short of the 1st down. Taylor's first reception of the game. So 4th down now. And Huff is back to punt again. And back deep is Lawler. He's standing at his own 30-yard line. We've got 14:02 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Huff's punt. Oh, yeah. Bounces at the 25, and Lawler picks it up. And Lawler trying to get to the corner, and he's down at the 24. A flag comes in at the end. The whistle didn't blow yet. Now it blows at the 26. And Another skirmish breaks out between Tuskegee and Kentucky State, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail here. As Kevin Dawson was down there in the mix. He's trying to avoid certain infractions. We've seen this kind of escalate throughout the game, and every so often it'll get a little bigger and a little bigger. A good time by these officials and these coaches to step in. Looks like Ken Hike Jr. is hurt for Tuskegee on that last play. The flag is at the 20-yard line right now. So we'll see where they start things off. 13:38 left here in the fourth quarter. So 10-yard penalty, and we will have a timeout on the field. Flow Sports is the innovator in live digital sports and original content. Flow Sports streams thousands of live events on the network's 20-plus channels. Go to www.flowsports.tv to start watching today. Flow Sports will exclusively stream over 50 SIAC events this season. So we've got the 20 SIAC football games, also the SIAC men's and women's basketball tournaments in Birmingham coming up later this spring, and perhaps some regular season basketball. We have not found out yet. So a game that is tied at 7. Kentucky State starting near its 10-yard line for the third time today. I got to think next score wins right here. Well, we've still got about 13 and a half minutes to decide this one here in the West. Miles already got a win last week against Fort Valley State. They're 1-0. Fort Valley State 0-1 in the East. Everybody else without a conference game yet. We start the drive from the 10. Myers tries to keep it, and he'll get out to maybe the 12-yard line. 2 yards for Myers. And again, some more extra moments there between Tuskegee and Kentucky State. 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down for the Thoroughbreds. Ford back in. Sylvie in the backfield with Waller and Fields. Fields in motion. They hand it off to Silver. Actually, Myers kept it around the right side. And Myers is tackled at the 12, no gain. It's going to bring up third down. Myers now has 8 carries for 67 yards. Big third down here. Kentucky State deep in its own territory. 12 and a half minutes to go. Got to get the ball to the 20-yard line. It's third down and 8. Powell splits out to the left side. Fields in motion. Handoff to Lawler, and Lawler breaks it to the left side. He's close to the first down. He's got it right at the 20-yard line. So a big third down conversion for Kentucky State. So the ball now at the 20-yard line. Both tight ends were in, and now number 88, Colin Dwenger, is out. Devon Ford is in. Ford now going to split out to the left side. 3 on the play clock. They get the play away. And the handoff to Sylvie, and Sylvie almost broke through the hole. And takes it out to the 26-yard line. And again, Jeter joining his exploits. It'll bring up second down. 6 more yards for Sylvie. He's now got 15 carries for 79 yards in the game. Callie James on the stop, along with Ricky Norris again. He's been all over the field, as well as DeVoris Thomas. 2nd and 4, under 11 minutes to play. Myers pitches to Lawler. Lawler trying to get to the outside. He's got the first down, and he's headed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And it's going to be another first down for Kentucky State. They'll actually mark it around the 34-yard line. So from the 34, 8 more yards for Lawler. He's got 10 carries for 39 yards. 10-16 remaining and counting here in the fourth quarter. Fields in motion. It's going to be Sylvie again. And Sylvie trying the right side, and Tuskegee. Sylvie again trying to push the pile to the 36-yard line. How many times have we seen Sylvie seem to be stopped, and he just keeps those legs pumping? He does not give up on a play. We're in the fourth quarter. Under 9 minutes to go. 9.5 minutes to go. Got to get to the 44 for a first down. 2nd and 8. Myers keeps. Brings the right side. And a big hit at the 41-yard line. Chris Bozeman with another big tackle. 5 yards for Myers, and it makes it a manageable third down here. Myers 9 carries for 72 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3 at the 41. Well, actually, they mark it at the 42. So 6 yards for Myers. He's got 73 yards on 9 carries. 3rd and 2 for the 42. They fake it. Coming left side to Lawler. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Lawler lowers the boom and gets it to the 46-yard line. And Lawler has another first down. 4 yards for Lawler. Lawler's had some tough runs in his own right. Another first down. Another third down conversion. This drive started with 13:38 left in the fourth quarter. And Kentucky State has run almost 6 minutes off the clock. Down to 8 minutes to play. Fourth quarter. Myers hands off to the right side. And this carry is for number 42, who is Jordan White. Jordan White with his first carry of the game. And White takes it back to the original line of scrimmage, so no gain on first down. And we've got an injured Golden Tiger. Again, the differences between where these programs are right now. Willie Slater coaching his 151st game with 115 wins coming in. That's a 76% winning percentage. That's the best in Tuskegee history right now. Charlie Jackson coaching his second game with the Thoroughbreds. Kentucky State, a team that has only won an SIAC West title once back in 2016. They have not won an SIAC football championship. They do have 6 national championships in the NAIA to their credit, but nothing since joining the SIAC in 1997. Just trying to see the number here on the injury. Kentucky State fans a little bit riled up. Let's put a screeching halt to the proceedings here with 7:23 left to play. And a drive that has taken over 6 minutes and now 15 seconds. Still down. And that is Ricky Norris, who has been unbelievable this afternoon. He's had a great game. Double-digit tackles, a couple of sacks. So he'll come off in one play. Norris walking off on his own power, which is a good sign. But he will not be in on this 2nd down and 10 for Kentucky State. Jordan White with the first carry of this set of downs for no gain. It's Lawler, Sylvie, and Fields in the backfield with Myers. Powell split out here to the left side. Hiking coverage. Lawler goes in motion. Myers, the pitch to Lawler again. Lawler coming left side, and he's dragged down in Tuskegee territory at the 47. It's going to bring up 3rd down. That one good for 7 yards. Roberts with another tackle. Roberts now 50 yards on 12 carries. 3rd down, Kentucky State. They're into Tuskegee territory at the 47. We've got 6:24 and counting to go here in the 4th quarter. This is a methodical drive. I'm standing next to the Tuskegee coaches. They are looking for one big stop. Big play here, 3rd and 3. Handoff, Sylvie. 1st down. And he's tackled at the 41-yard line. Move the chains again for Kentucky State. 6 more yards. So the young man who only played 3 quarters all season last year. The redshirt junior from Hammond, Louisiana. 17th carry of the game for 87 yards. This is the 12th play of the drive coming up. This drive has taken 8 minutes off the clock. Started with 13:38 left in the 4th. Sylvie bouncing off tacklers. Inside the 40 to the 38. 3 more yards for Sylvie. He's now got 90 yards on 18 carries today. It'll be 2nd down. Ball at the 38. Actually, it's right at the 39-yard line, so it's a 2-yard gain. So Silva a yard away from 90 yards on the day. And that clock is just moving. Now under 5 minutes to play. Drive that started at the Kentucky State 10-yard line. Handoff right side. Tried to rip the ball out. Did Bell, I believe. The carry was for Israel Fields. That's his first carry of the game. So Israel Fields with his first carry. He takes it to the 36-yard line. That's good for 3. But it brings up another big 3rd down. Clock continues to move. We're under 4 minutes to play. A drive that has taken more than 9 minutes off the clock. Is Kentucky State going to come up empty? They're standing next to the official. They're probably going to call a timeout right here. Clock sitting at 3:50 to play. Timeout, Kentucky State. 3:46 to play here in the fourth quarter. What a game. A game that is tied at 7. Tuskegee trying to go to 1-1. Kentucky State trying to go to 2-0. Trying to win a conference game for the first time since they beat Lane back in 2017. That was their last win before the win last week against Robert Morris. It has been torture for Kentucky State fans in trying to get a win. But they are so close to a win here this afternoon. A big third down coming up. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the Tuskegee 36-yard line. We'll try to get you some scores here. Miles and Morehouse don't have any stats for you yet right now. Savannah State up 8-7 on Virginia Lynchburg. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 36. Myers, the pitch. Sylvie. He's going to try to reverse his field, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield. You never see Sylvie go backward. He always goes forward. The first man there was Andre Auguste. That's a huge loss all the way back to the 42-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play. So now you got 4th down. What are you going to do here? Clock is still running. We've got 3:14 to play. And Boback is going to punt the ball. Three minutes left. That was a 15-play drive for Kentucky State, and it comes up empty. Boback needs a punt that is a good one, and Petway makes the catch. My goodness, at the 6-yard line. Punt good for 36 yards. So all that work, they took up 8 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock, and they come up with nothing. It was a good drive, but it's not good enough. And we got another timeout. Next Saturday, once again, want to remind you, Central State will take on Clark Atlanta. That game's at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. At 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Edward Waters takes on Lane. Game is tied at 7. 2:48 to play. Tuskegee has all 3 of their timeouts left. Kentucky State has 2 timeouts remaining. Tuskegee's lived dangerously all day. Can they pull one out of the fire here in Frankfort, Kentucky? This is where Kentucky State wanted to be in the fourth quarter, with a chance to win the game. And Tuskegee, they don't always win pretty, but they'll love to get a win here in Frankfort over a tough Kentucky State squad. Azell is the quarterback. Hand off Taylor, left side. Taylor, big hole, first down and more. Taylor explodes down the sideline. One man left to beat. He's pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Torian Taylor with 3 humongous runs today. That one up to the 44-yard line. That is a 50-yard run. Torian Taylor coming up huge with that one. Taylor explodes to the outside. Finally pushed out of bounds by Brown. Azell to Taylor again. Taylor right side. Hit from behind by Roberts at the 37-yard line. 7 more yards for Taylor. Taylor only has 6 carries today, but they're for 125 yards. He's had a 54-yard run and now a 50-yard run. And we've got 1:57 to play in the fourth quarter. Tuskegee holding on to those 3 timeouts. 1:50 to go, fourth quarter. From the 37. Handoff, Taylor. Stopped at the 35-yard line. 2 more for Taylor. Tackle made by Austin. 3rd and a yard. Well, actually, we're going to make, 3rd and a yard. 1:20 and counting to go. And I think Tuskegee is going to use a timeout here. With 1:10. Clock is still moving. The clock is still moving. Now down to 1:05. The clock is moving. Went all the way down to 1:04. And this should be around 1:11 or 1:12 on the clock. The clock kept moving after Tuskegee had clearly called a timeout. Min 14. That's what I thought. It was around 1:12, 1:14. So they're going to push it back up to 1:14. Tuskegee calling a timeout. His first timeout of the half, so they've got 2 timeouts left here in this one. So it seems like a frantic fourth quarter. That's only because this is the second drive of the quarter. Kentucky State took off nearly 9 minutes off the clock on their drive and came up empty. Meanwhile, Tuskegee is 35 yards away from a potential escape. Husky Arms is 1 for 1 with a long of 29. Last year he had a long of 45. Right now it would be about a 52-yard field goal. High snap, Taylor. Straight up the middle, inside the 30, breaks it outside. 10, 5, Taylor dives with a pile-on. Touchdown, Tuskegee. Torian Taylor, 35 yards out, and that will stun the crowd here in Frankfort. You can only keep them bottled up for so long. Minute 4 to go. Taylor with a huge explosive run to give Tuskegee the lead again. His first lead of the game with 1:04 remaining. And now Arns doesn't have to worry about a field goal. He's only got to worry about an extra point. And now Kentucky State, which has been game all game long, they've had 2 touchdowns taken off the board. Oh. And we've got to have a thing that's going to be against Kentucky State. Take one more look at the end of this play. As Taylor, he's out of, well, he hit the pylon before his knee went down to the bound. So now ball and parlay being played by the Tuskegee band. They have not played that a lot today, let me tell you that. They have not had a reason to up until now. They take their first lead of the game with 64 seconds remaining. And Arns in the extra point. Boy, the building just went silent here in Frankfort. And Arns' extra point is up and no good. So Arns has left the door open after Taylor's 35-yard touchdown run. The extra point is no good. Well, wait a minute. Kick is no good. There's an injured Thoroughbred. So the extra point is missed by Arns. He went 26-28 last season from extra point distance. So now 1:04 remaining. So now Kentucky State, a team which has not gotten a lot of big plays. Their longest play today was a 23-yard run by Sylvie. That's been the longest play of the game. But now they need a big return, and Myers is probably going to have to throw the football. Kentucky State has 2 timeouts remaining. So Tuskegee arms with a missed extra point, leaving the door open for a Kentucky State come-from-behind win. I was talking to Jasher Cox, the ex-ID at Tuskegee, and he said 2 years ago when they were here, they had to escape with the win. And it looks like it's the case here as Tuskegee trailing most of the game. They finally tied it up in the third quarter, and now they've got a shot to come out of Frankfort, Kentucky with a huge win to start SIAC play. I'm sure the Miles fans aren't going to be happy about that, but Kentucky State really put up a great fight today. But the game is not over. 1 minute, 4 seconds left. Kentucky State going to try to get a big return here. The injured player for Kentucky State, number 4, Jeremiah Owens, linebacker. Just want to make sure that we got that taken care of. But this Kentucky State defense has been outstanding. And they were about 64 seconds away from going to overtime. And I think when Charlie Jackson goes in the locker room, win, lose, or draw, he's going to talk about that drive and how they did not finish it. But they've got one more drive to go. 1 minute 4 to go and 2 timeouts. Arns will kick. You got to think they're going to try to keep it out of Silv's hands. They do. It's a short kick. I'm a little surprised at that. It's dropped at the 20-yard line, and that won't help Kentucky State's cause as it was dropped by Winger. And so Kentucky State will have to go 80 yards in 1 minute and 2 seconds. I'll try my best to keep you updated on the time. 1 minute 2 to go. So now Jalen Myers, who's only thrown 6 passes today, is probably going to have to throw 6 passes on this drive if Kentucky State is going to come away with a victory. Lawler and Sylvie in the backfield. 2 timeouts left for Kentucky State. Myers straight back, right side, pass is caught. Nope, drop. He was looking for LaDarren McAllister, and McAllister couldn't handle it. It's going to be second down. Myers 2 for 7 for 34 yards with that touchdown pass to Fields earlier tonight. Well, James, once again, we get a close one in the fourth quarter. And we've got the trailing team with the ball in the final minute. We were talking to Seth before the game about our late game magic mojo. And it's arrived again. Final minute. Myers looking. Got to throw it. Throws it up for grabs. Can Powell come down with it? No, he can't. Incomplete. It's going to be third down. Powell had a shot at it. It could have also been picked off, I believe, by Maxwell. I'm sorry, by Roberts. Inches away from his right hand. My goodness, what an effort by Jonathan Powell. 2 plays left, 47.9 on the clock. Third and 10. Got to get to the 30. Myers rolls. What is he going to do? He's going to run it. He's going to run it out of bounds. It stops the clock. A flag on the play at the end. That's going to give Kentucky State a first down, I believe. He got it to the 24-yard line, but the penalty is going to give Kentucky State a first down, and the Tuskegee coaches can't believe it. Wow. They called it on number 30. I don't know. I just don't think you call. I didn't see it. He did give himself up, but the hit came when he was still in bounds. So now the ball's at the 39. I still think he's in bounds when he's close. He's close. It's close. It's very close. Now 40 seconds left, and the ball is 61 yards away. Kentucky State needs a touchdown. Myers rolls to his left. Stops. Look out. He gets it away. Down the field. It is intercepted. And picked off. And that should do it. Carl Matthews, a name we haven't called all day, comes up with the interception. And Tuskegee will escape with the win. Carl Matthews going up top. Myers threw it up for grabs again. Perhaps another pass interference penalty or trying to make a big play. The pass was intended for Chris Nelson, but Myers almost got hit from behind, but then he got leveled as he threw it. And Matthews goes up and snatches it away from Nelson. Nelson was in position as well, but unfortunately, it does not go down, and the ejection on the sideline at Kentucky State. But they have nothing to be ashamed of or nothing to hold their heads down for. They played a great football game against a team that Charlie Jackson called the class of the SIAC. This is a building block for Kentucky State. 29.8 left. There's the kneel down. And that should cap it. Well, Kentucky State had one last chance. The ball was intercepted by Carl Matthews. Tuskegee comes from behind and takes a 13-7 win on Kentucky State. Torian Taylor's 35-yard touchdown run with 1:04 does it. And what a job for Charlie Jackson. And they will shake hands with Willie Slater near the 40-yard line. What an incredible job by both teams here this afternoon. So once again, our final score, Tuskegee with a 13-7 win on Kentucky State. Once again, go over to the stream as Johnson C. Smith takes on Benedict. That game going on right now in Columbia, South Carolina. Next Saturday, Central State will be at Clark Atlanta at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Edward Waters is at Lane at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank you once again for joining us here from Frankfort, Kentucky. James Crenshaw, our producer, and Seth, our cameraman, who did an outstanding job today. I'm Kamari Darrington saying so long from Frankfort. You've been watching SIAC Football on Flow Sports. Good night, and be safe for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, that's it. That feeling when your house becomes
Nice shot, Ricky.
home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
My journey to Towson, it was a rough path. I had 0 offers going at the end of my junior year. After my junior year ended,